Anthony Precourt. Oh yeah, that name brings up a lot of emotions, doesn't it, Crew fans? Now, I'm not sure of the exact power rankings for the most hated person in MLS history, but my guess is this guy is probably number one. Because it wasn't just Columbus fans that didn't want to see this team move to Austin. No, it was mostly everyone around the league that was pissed off about this. Now, the whole Save the Crew movement, honestly, that doesn't just deserve a video. It probably deserves its own 30 for 30 on ESPN. And Save the Crew, yes, it will definitely be a video for the future. But for now, let's just focus on Austin. And let's look at Anthony Precourt. So he bought the Crew back in 2012 for $68 million. And the first ever match he attended at Crew Stadium, the scoreboard caught on fire. Looking back, yeah, that probably should have been a sign of things to come. Now, actually, what a lot of people forget is that Precourt did a lot of good things for the Crew. For instance, he got a stadium sponsorship deal named it Mapfre Stadium. He redesigned the team logo. Confession, I've kind of always hated this new logo. I don't know, I just don't really like the whole circle badge. I don't like the diagonals and the checkers, and honestly, I have no idea who these three dudes are in the old logo, and I understand that the old logo is like universally laughed at, but I thought it was unique. I've never seen it before, and I kind of liked it. But yeah, I recognize I'm in the minority. Most people love this new logo. Precourt hired Greg Berhalter as manager and the first ever sporting director of the team in 2013. And that proved to be a great move because the Crew then became a really good team. They started making the playoffs regularly and made it all the way to MLS Cup in 2015. Anthony Precourt at this time looked like he was one of the best owners in MLS, and as a fan of the rival Chicago Fire, I was actually jealous of this. And then the news came out that Precourt was considering moving the team to Austin. And obviously the considering part was a little bogus because during the 2018 season, it seemed like Precourt was doing everything in his power to move the team. Creating his own MLS to Austin website, visiting Austin, trying to get a stadium deal done during the season, meanwhile neglecting his own stadium in Columbus. He offered a half-assed apology on Twitter, no one bought it, and then he became public enemy number one in Columbus. It was a big shock because here's this guy that seems like he's so committed to the city. He said he would never move the Crew. In fact, in the contract that he signed to become the owner, one of the stipulations was that he would never move them. Except there was a little clause in the contract that we all overlooked. And that was that he did in fact have the power to move the Crew if it was to Austin. That was the only city eligible. Oh, and in 2015, the Crew teamed up with and became affiliated with the Austin Aztecs. No idea if that actually means anything, but it seems like I might, so I decided to keep it in. So, did he buy the Crew with the sole intention of moving them to Austin someday? Because if that's the case, then that is really kind of scummy. But also kind of a good business move? You know, if that means avoiding having to pay the hefty expansion fee. Okay, but wait, no. If that was the case, then why would he go through all the trouble to get a stadium brand, to redesign the logo, to put that new logo on everything? Okay, but then on the other hand, why would he have this loophole put in the beginning? Doesn't that seem a little bit fishy? Honestly, I don't know. I tend to believe that this was kind of his plan all along, but honestly, it is all speculation at this point. So yeah, people are pissed at this dude. But Austinites, no, they're pumped because they're finally getting a soccer team. Honestly, I'd be pumped too. Now let me just say this. I think Austin will be an awesome market for MLS. I know, FC Dallas and Houston, they don't currently have the best support, but Austin isn't Dallas or Houston. And yeah, I know about the Austin Aztecs leaving twice, but an MLS team with a brand new stadium, that's a little better than a USL team with a high school football stadium. Also, Austin, if you didn't know, it's a growing city, young population, with no other professional sports teams besides the Austin Bold, that's not quite Division I, and there's a rugby team that I just found out about while researching this video. Like, honestly, this is a prime market.
But okay, let's reel this back in. Even after everything I said, even though I think Austin is going to be a successful market in MLS, no, I was definitely not in favor of moving the Crew. I think attendance issues can be fixed. I mean, look at what happened to Sporting Kansas City. Yeah, that could be the Crew. Now, during this whole saga, Twitter wars between Columbus fans and Austin fans have been rampant, and they got real heated. And I get why, because losing a team that you've been supporting for years, that's a sensitive topic.
But we all know what happens next. New owners coming to buy the Crew, Austin then announced as an expansion side, and everyone's happy. Except for San Antonio and their fans, who got screwed over because they were just completely passed over in the expansion process.
So, Columbus and Austin are happy now, right? They're singing together, hugging each other, except they're not. Nope, the Twitter wars between Columbus and Austin are still going strong. Crew fans saying, you still tried to steal our team, and Austin fans saying, get over it. All right, so here's what I know. If Columbus would have moved to Austin, then Austin FC would have instantly became the most hated team league-wide in MLS. It's like MK Dons, but more American. Now that Columbus is saved, I think most neutrals, even the ones that were opposed to the move, are now somewhat indifferent on Austin. Which, by the way, if I'm wrong, then please let me know in the comment section. I really do want to know what people think.
But what about Columbus? I mean, the Nordics eventually gonna forgive Anthony Precourt, right? Like, they can't possibly hold a grudge forever, right? You know what? I'm sure come 2021, Columbus is going to welcome Austin into MLS with open arms.
No, that's not going to happen. And honestly, I hope it never happens. Look, I'm not rooting for violence. I'm not rooting for trash to be thrown on the field or fights to happen in the parking lot. But what I am rooting for is I do want to see some hatred between these two teams. I mean, the storyline between Columbus and Austin, it is perfect for a genuine rivalry, not some completely manufactured garbage by MLS. And MLS, it needs villains. And Austin FC can be just that. Like, if I was an Austin FC fan, I would embrace that. I would buy a Darth Vader mask, spray paint it green. I mean, I know that sounds super corny, but like, seriously, embrace the hatred that Columbus and other fans have of you, and embrace the villainy. Drama is not a bad thing. And Austin FC wants to grow the legend. Oh, so many supporters are getting triggered by that because Precourt didn't initially try and grow anything. He just tried to steal a team away from the city. There is 0% chance that Austin FC doesn't realize how many people are getting mad about that. And there is 0% chance that they don't want to take advantage of that. I don't know, call me a masochist, but I love the irony and I love how angry people are getting. At the end of the day, Columbus still has their team. So Austin, I say they should just double down on this. Yeah, keep growing the legend. I love it. So, are we supposed to hate Austin FC? Well, if you're not a Columbus supporter, I guess there's not really a reason to, but come on, that's not any fun. Where's the drama in that? No, Austin FC, I can't wait to have you in MLS. But I hope you're ready for the absolute storm coming your way from all the other supporters. It is going to be fun to watch.